Man, what's popping with y'all, man? Hopefully everything is solid with everybody. Everybody's doing good. And you know what we gonna talk about today? I actually made a video the other day talking about the places where it ain't it to meet a woman at. And today I wanna kinda go over the places where you can actually meet a woman at. And also for those that watched my video the other day, it does not mean you can't meet a woman in those places. You don't wanna just initiate in those type of environments. So when it comes to work, church, job, you want to kind of stay away from initiating. Now, if the woman comes to you and she wants to get with you, then you just gotta, move accordingly. What y'all gotta understand is the key is to always present your best self and attract. That's the game. Present your best self and attract. So whether it's online or in person, you always want to come with your best foot forward and attract and let women come to you by putting themselves in your arena. Maybe if that's in person or she's kind of around you or kind of looking at you, you want to attract, see who gravitates towards you. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first thing you got to understand, because these places I list, you don't want to go somewhere with the mentality of like, oh man, I'm here to get, you here to get the woman. Because women can pick up when you are there to try to get numbers or try to get a certain outcome. They pick up on that. Because most likely you're gonna be second guessing yourself. You're gonna be lurking around. So women can pick up when you're there for ulterior reasons. If that makes sense. All right. So first off, is dating apps and social media, right? I mean, let's face it, like we're in the social media. This is the social media era. Like I remember I used to run away from dating apps. I used to run away from, I don't need an Instagram and all this kind of stuff. But what you realize is people are on their phone 24/7. And most people don't leave the house. So you gotta utilize the tools of what we're going through nowadays. It's the social media era. So why not utilize it? So with dating apps, what I do like about dating apps, because I used to be against it, what I like about it is that you can meet, especially if you live in a bigger city. I live in Atlanta. So I can meet people downtown. I can meet people in Midtown. I can meet people in the outskirts. Like you can meet people close to you if that's what you want. So you can meet people all around, and it's quicker. It's quicker. Because what you gotta think is, if you're not in college or you're not in high school, you're not seeing a lot of people like that on your daily. And if you are, those are people you work with. And we wanna kind of stay away from that. So when it comes to dating apps, when you learn how to get good pictures, when you're doing photo shoots 3 to 4 times a year, once every 3 to 4 months, get nice pictures of yourself. Remember, presenting your best self and attracting, and you're getting women towards you, dating apps can be a good tool for you. Now, it shouldn't be the whole thing, but it could definitely be a good tool for you. And also the same thing, right, with Instagram. You know what I'm saying? My Instagram personally is not that popping, but you know what I'm saying? I ain't hurting for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Let's not get that twisted. But nah, that's something I do want to build my Instagram up, but I'm just not on that type of time right now. But you still want to build it up. I'm still taking my own advice. I still got to post more. You see what I'm saying? We all got flaws. But at the same time, I'm still having a successful dating life. It doesn't hinder my dating life. Let's not get that twisted. The better you can present yourself, and what I mean is you got to make sure your clothes are on. This is why we got to make more money, so you can make sure your clothes are on point. You can do photo shoots a couple times a year. And once you're doing that, you put these pictures on your gram and on the dating apps. You know what I'm saying? Now you're going to get better quality, more attractive women. But a bigger thing that men have trouble with is getting off the dating apps. And this is something I may do a separate video for, but you got to have a system. You got to know how to get people off the dating app or off Instagram to on the phone, to setting a date, to linking in person. And you gotta know how to tell, like, all right, this woman, she not giving me energy on Instagram in the DMs, or on this dating app, she not giving me energy like that. She giving me one-word responses. Okay, she giving me juice. She asking me questions back. All right, let me try to do a FaceTime where, all right, boom, cool. She was cool on FaceTime. Let me set a date. Oh, she was tripping about the date. All right, let me toss to the side. So you gotta know, you gotta have a system. So again, I'll make a separate video on that, but you gotta have every chick you meet in person is most likely on dating apps. That's a fact. But when you meet a woman on a dating app, you definitely don't want to spend a lot of time messaging. That's the mistake a lot of us men make. I used to make this same mistake where I'm trying to message her and get to know her in the dating app DMs or on the Instagram DMs. I'm trying to get to know her. Instead, what you should be doing is saying, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would love to get to know you more. Let's do a FaceTime call to see if we rocking. And then if we are, we can link up. And then once you do a FaceTime call, now you can see her on video. You can see she's real. You can see what she looks like. You talk for about 10, 15, 20 minutes. And then you set the date, you know what I'm saying? And then you link on the date. That's how you got to do it. So dating apps can definitely, in social media, Instagram, just in general, can be a big plus for you if you maximize it the correct way. Because you have to maximize it the correct way for it to work. Another thing you can do, to another place where we can meet women at, is through like intramural sports leagues. Years ago, I used to play in the kickball league a couple times, and it was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? You can meet people. Now, I'm not saying that I'm guarantee you it's gonna be a lot of chicks on these teams. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, man, they got intramural softball. Like if you check your local rec leagues, there's adult leagues of like kickball, volleyball, anything you want, lacrosse, basketball. And if you get into these leagues, it is a good opportunity to put yourself around other people. Now, everything I'm saying in this video, like I said earlier, right? Never go into any of these with the intention of, I'm here to get a woman. Because women can pick up on that energy. You know what I'm saying? If you live next to the water in like Miami or wherever in Cali, like just yacht clubs or beach clubs, stuff like that. I think those are good places as long as you're not going there with the intention to get women. It needs to be, everything we do needs to be natural, organic. You know what I'm saying? It needs to be like, oh, we just happen to have conversation. We're getting to know each other. And maybe after a couple times, it's like, hey, we should go get a drink, or we should go get some ice cream, or we should go get some yogurt, or we should go for a walk in the park. That's how you do it. You go from there. You never do any of these things, especially an intramural league, because you're gonna probably see them twice a week, right? Once for practice, once for a game. So there shouldn't be no rush. Now, you shouldn't be waiting too long. But what I'm saying is build it up. And the last thing could be like stores, coffee shops, bookstores. Those would be good places. Like if you like to read, go to the bookstore. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be going to these places if you don't really like to do it, because it's gonna make you look like you're here just to get an outcome. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all remember, like I reacted to a woman was talking about how a guy in Dunkin' Donuts, he wasn't even like really applying pressure like that, but he was having a conversation with her. And she was so intrigued because he didn't ask her for the number, and then she went outside looking for him. So I think the main thing is what you gotta remember is when we're in these stores and the mall and stuff like that, like what you gotta understand is make stuff organic, right? Make stuff organic. So if you see a woman that's attractive and she's in the vegetable aisle, just maybe say, hey, like what you plan on cooking tonight? You know? And she'll say, oh, I'm just doing da 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 da. Okay, that's what's up. You like cooking? Okay, what's your favorite type of foods? You go from there. Okay, you seem pretty cool. Maybe we can go get some yogurt sometime if you got some availability. So in the stores and the malls, you never want to come off as a creep. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to come off as weird and stuff like that. So in the stores, and this is why you have to talk to people every day. Practice talking to everyday people. I think what happened to me, and it happens to so many other men, is I only wanted to talk to people in public if it was an attractive woman, but really I will be too scared to talk to the women, so I end up talking to nobody. So just learning how to talk to the person in the gas station, at your local grocery store, wherever you at, whenever you're out somewhere, just saying, hey, how you doing today? That's all you gotta say. Hey, how you doing today? So that way it gets you warmed up to dealing with humans just in general, because a lot of us be kind of awkward. But like in stores and stuff like that, coffee shops, bookstores, you don't want to go in there with the thirst type of mindset. You go in there, like, remember what I said earlier, present your best self and attract. You got to learn how to read the room, pick up if a woman is making her body language open, knowing the signs to look for. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you got to understand. Learning how to, instead of trying to spit game, go into these situations having conversation. You know what I'm saying? Having conversation. That's it. The beauty about dating apps is once you can learn how to get attractive pictures of yourself and you can get attractive matches, you get to choose from what you want. I choose out of what I want or who likes me. You know what I'm saying? That's how I operate. Now, yeah, I may message first and stuff like that, but I always go for the woman who want me, you want women who are initially attracted to you. So that's the good thing about dating apps, because the women that typically like you on there are typically physically attracted to you, and that's what you want. You just got to know how to not spend too much time in the messages. 4 or 5 messages and you off that. You know what I'm saying? You want to do in the FaceTime and go into a date. You got to know how to move things forward. Dudes don't move things forward fast enough, and the woman move on to the next dude. Because you already know she got 1 trillion messages on her dating app, and in her inbox, and in her DMs, and trying to get at her in person every day. So you got to know what you're doing. You got to know what you're doing. Don't come off too thirsty. Just learn how to treat these women like humans. That's the biggest thing, man. Humans. And once you learn how to do that, that's when you become great, man. Straight up. All right, guys, this is my video for today, man. I appreciate you guys for coming over to the channel as always, man. Make sure you guys continue to like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and I'm gone.